Temba Bavuma, the grit, grace and glory of South Africa's unbreakable batsman. He walks to the crease, shoulders squared, eyes sharp, a compact figure surrounded by giants. But make no mistake, Temba Bavuma is no ordinary cricketer. He's a symbol, a defier of odds, a walking revolution in whites and greens. For millions, he's more than just South Africa's first black African test captain. He's proof that talent, heart, and resilience can shatter the thickest ceilings. But before the nation knew his name, before the headlines celebrated his cover drives and gritty innings, Temba Bavuma was just a small boy in Langa, Cape Town, with big dreams, a second-hand bat, and fire in his soul. Langa is one of Cape Town's oldest black townships, forged during the dark era of apartheid. It's a place of tight alleyways, vibrant culture, and fierce pride. For young Temba Bavuma, born on the 17th of May, 1990, this community was the world. Cricket came early, almost fated. His grandfather, a passionate club cricketer, passed the love down like a sacred torch. His parents, Vuyo and Pumza Bavuma, were both educators, grounded and progressive. They understood that Temba's dreams didn't need limits. When other children ran in the dust chasing soccer balls, Temba shadow practiced cover drives in his corridor. But even in childhood, Temba understood he was different, not just because of his talent, but because of where he came from. Cricket in South Africa, especially for black Africans, was still a closed gate. Yet his parents believed fiercely in education and opportunity. And when the time came, they enrolled him at South African College Junior School, an elite, predominantly white institution. There, among privilege and structure, the boy from Langa began making his mark. At SAC Junior and later South African College High School, SACS, Bavuma didn't just learn cricket, he learned how to navigate a divided world. He was often the only black African in teams and dressing rooms. It wasn't easy, but cricket became his weapon and his shield. Coaches were instantly taken by his technique, compact, precise, elegant. He wasn't the most powerful hitter, but he was smart, calculated, gritty. By 16, he was already being whispered about in cricketing circles. His name began circulating through Western Province cricket boards. And when he joined the prestigious Lions Academy in Johannesburg, it was clear Temba Bavuma was South Africa's next big hope. In 2008, Bavuma made his first-class debut for Gauteng at just 18. His debut innings, a calm, mature 52, not flashy, but composed beyond his years. The following seasons saw him transform into one of the most consistent batsmen in domestic cricket. For the Highveld Lions, he was the quiet warrior, anchoring innings, pulling his team out of collapses, and outthinking seasoned bowlers. 2013 and 2014 were turning points. Bavuma finished seasons averaging in the mid-40s, hammering centuries and guiding his team to domestic finals. His form was impossible to ignore. The selectors finally took notice. December 2014. Temba Bavuma got the call. He was selected to play in the Boxing Day Test against the West Indies at St. George's Park. When he walked out to bat, he wasn't just carrying his pads, he was carrying the hopes of millions. He became the first black African batsman to play a test for South Africa. The moment was historic, but the weight was immense. Critics whispered, eyes scrutinized every movement. But then, in January 2016, at Newlands, Cape Town, his home ground, Temba Bavuma made history again. Against England, he became the first black African to score a test century for South Africa. His unbeaten 102 lit up the stadium. It was poetry, pride, a message to every young black child watching. We belong here too. Cricket's harsh realities, but cricket, like life, isn't always glory. After his maiden century, Bavuma struggled to replicate the same form. Critics emerged. Some questioned his strike rate, others his selection. And the whispers returned, coated in racial undertones and unfair expectations. But Bavuma, ever the fighter, never lashed out. He dug deep, quietly worked on his game. He knew his role wasn't to be flashy. He was the glue, the fighter, the player who held innings together when everything else fell apart. And just when it seemed his international career might plateau, fate had other plans. In 2021, Bavuma made history once again, this time as captain of South Africa's limited overs teams. It was unprecedented. No black African had ever captained the Proteas in ODIs or T20Is. His appointment was more than symbolic. It was a cultural shift. He was chosen for his intelligence, calm demeanor, and cricketing brain. Under his leadership, South Africa slowly found stability. Bavuma wasn't a showman. He led with quiet confidence, often taking the tough decisions. He fostered unity in a dressing room still healing from its past. And his own batting, steady, anchoring chases, crafting partnerships. Especially in ODIs, Bavuma became the side's backbone. Temba Bavuma's greatest strength has always been resilience. After a difficult T20 World Cup in 2022, where critics once again questioned his spot, Bavuma came roaring back. In early 2023, he notched his career-best ODI score, 144 off 118 balls against the West Indies. It was a masterclass in stroke play and timing. For a man written off so many times, the knock was personal, powerful. And in the 2023 ICC Cricket World Cup, Bavuma once again led South Africa. Though the campaign was filled with highs and lows, Bavuma's leadership was praised globally. Calm under pressure, clear in communication, trusted by teammates, family, faith, and foundation. Beyond the cricket field, Temba Bavuma is a deeply grounded man. Temba Bavuma's wife is Phila Lobi Bavuma. Married in August 2018 at Lamont Wine Estate near Franschhoek, Western Cape. The intimate, well-attended celebration included Proteas teammates like Kagiso Rabada and Andile Felukwayo. The couple prefers to keep their relationship highly private, maintaining minimal social media presence and rarely sharing personal or family photos. He's private about his family, but it's known that he's married and fiercely values his loved ones. They've been his rock through the highs and lows. In interviews, he often speaks about the sacrifices his parents made and how his upbringing in Langa shaped his humility. He's also vocal about social justice. Bavuma has spoken openly about the need for transformation in South African cricket, not as a political move, but as a reflection of equality and opportunity. In 2021, he launched the Temba Bavuma Foundation, focused on youth development through education and sport. His aim: to inspire the next generation, especially from underserved communities. As of 2025, Bavuma continues to lead South Africa in ODIs and is a vital presence in the Test squad. His recent performances in tests against New Zealand and Pakistan showcased his trademark grit. Long, patient innings filled with classy drives and textbook defense. He's also mentoring younger players like Tony Dezorzi, Tristan Stubbs, and Gerald Coetzee, passing on lessons not just about cricket, but about character. With over 60 tests and 100-plus ODIs under his belt, Bavuma has etched his name in Proteas history. Not with sixes and glamour, but with substance, class, and spirit. The man behind the helm. Despite his quiet nature, Bavuma has a unique charisma. He's sharp-witted, articulate, and respected by teammates across generations. On off days, he enjoys jazz music, reading African literature, and spending time with his dog, Tuko. He's also a sharp dresser, often seen in tailored suits during official events. On Instagram, fans get glimpses of his fashion-forward side and occasional countryside getaways. He doesn't own a fleet of luxury cars, but prefers a low-key lifestyle. His wealth lies in simplicity, impact, and legacy. Please subscribe for more.